What's up everyone, Clark Glassford, founder of My Practice Interview, where we help you land your dream job. Do you ever find yourself in the position where you're applying for jobs, you're getting the interview, but you're never getting the call back to saying you're moving on to the next stage of the recruitment process, or better yet, the call to say you're hired? If you find yourself in that position, don't worry, you're not alone. So many people struggle with the interview process, but don't know why. I've got over 20 years experience as a human resources professional, recruiting from entry-level positions right up to senior management level roles in small organizations to large organizations. And if there's one key theme that emerges, it's applicants' inability to identify their strengths. If applicants can't show the value they bring to the role they've applied for or the value they bring to the organization, they're going to have a really hard time selling a hiring manager as to why they're the right person for the role. So with that said, I've got 3 quick tips that will really help you prepare for your next interview, build massive confidence, and then ultimately rock that interview so you get hired for the job you deserve. So tip number 1, identification of strengths. How do you do that? Make lists. Make lists about your work experience, the strengths you have there, your education and training, any sort of charitable work you've been involved in or community involvement, and then your life accomplishments, whether it's your personal life or work life. Be prepared to list strengths in all of those areas, and pretty soon you're going to see these lists emerge where there's strengths within those lists that you want to bring forward to the interview. Now, it's not just about being able to identify those strengths, you've also got to be able to qualify those strengths, which is tip number 2. You have to be able to come to an interview with examples as to how you demonstrated those strengths from your past work experience. So it's not good enough to say, I'm a great leader, or I have fabulous communication skills, or my technical skills are second to none. If you can't back those up with real examples from your work experience, you can have a hard time selling a hiring manager just by listing skills alone. So be prepared to qualify those skills. And then the final tip is, be prepared to talk about those in an interview. I know that sounds intuitive, but so many applicants rely on their resume to do the talking for them. They list their accomplishments, they list their skills, and they think that's going to be enough. You've got to be prepared to come to that interview and speak to those skills with examples. With all of that, you'll rock your interview. So remember, identification of strengths, qualifying those strengths, and then being prepared to talk about all 3 of those, you will rock your interview. Trust me, this tip works. It's fabulous. It will prepare you. You're on to the next level. You will be miles ahead of your competition. So I hope you enjoyed those 3 interview tips. If you want to take your interview preparation a step further, buy the My Practice Interview ebook. It's written by me, a true interview insider. Within the book, you're going to get, it's basically a playbook on how to prepare for your interview, starting with what you need on your cover letter and resume, the types of interview questions you can ask and how to answer those questions, a formula in terms of structuring your answers so you're covering off all the basics for a hiring manager so they can identify those strengths and see them with the examples that we've talked about here. Then you're going to get insider tips on the key things and mistakes that applicants make and how to avoid those mistakes. And the best part about the book is you get mock interviews. There's 5 mock interviews at the end of the books with questions that you can help prepare. You can write down your answers and you can prepare over and over again. It's the perfect practice system to prepare for your next interview. It's a fabulous book. It will set you ahead of your competition. It will build your confidence and you will rock your next interview. So get the book today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Happy interviewing everybody. Take care.